Historic Books Part 3 will look at Solomon's rise and his wisdom, and then his fall from God's grace because he starts getting focused on money and having many foreign wives and actually starting to worship foreign gods. And then we look at Rehoboam, who's the son of Solomon, who's going to basically have a revolt, and 10 of the 12 tribes of Israel are going to revolt and start their own kingdom. And he's going to have Judah and Benjamin for the 2 tribes that he has. And then we look at a guy by the name of Ahab, which is king of Israel, and he is actually going to worship Baal and try to kill the prophets of Jehovah God.
Zadok, why are there so many people here today?
There is great interest in the next case, my lord. It came before the provincial governor of Gilead.
Old Ben-Geber?
The facts are simple, but the case very complex. Your judgment is eagerly awaited. My Lord King, the facts of this case are well established and are not in dispute. The 2 petitioners share a house on the outskirts of Gilead, where they ply their trade as prostitutes. Some 6 months ago, one gave birth, and shortly thereafter the second did likewise. Both had boy children. This dispute arose after one of the babies died. You may each state your case.
You go first, you lying cow. Then I'll tell the truth.
Well, we each have our own room.
Are you a citizen of this country? Yet you show no respect to your king? Now rise. State your name and the facts as you see them.
My name is Basma. It was just us in the house. Us and our babies. I'd gone to bed with little Joachim. That's his name.
Michael! Michael is his name!
Silence!
Me and Joachim went to sleep. And I'd given him a good meal. And he was a happy little baby. Well, that pig must have rolled on her baby and killed him. Because when I woke up, there was her baby beside me, dead. And my Joachim was gone.
Liar!
Silence!
A mother knows her own baby! That is my baby!
Silence!
I'd pick him out from 1,000!
What is your name?
Hannah, my lord.
Tell your story, Hannah.
It's a pack of lies. She's clumsy enough to smother her own child and thinks she can get away with claiming mine. That's my Michael. And no woman or man on earth is going to take him away from me, Your Majesty.
That is for the king to decide. Was no midwife present?
No, my lord.
Lay the child on that table. My judgment is this. Since both women claim the living child and neither claim the dead child, it is therefore fair that they should share the living child. So I will cut the child in half!
Spare my baby. Don't kill him. She could have it.
God bless this child.
God bless this child.
And his children's children.
And his children's children.
And most of all, his true mother.
With his wisdom now legendary, Solomon takes up the reins of leadership with commanding authority. In a deft maneuver to expand his power base, he enters into diplomatic alliances with rulers throughout the Middle East.
One of the ways that you sealed relationships with foreign countries is through marriage. So early on, Solomon's number of marriages must have been seen as, look at the great statesman-like accomplishments of this great diplomatic king of ours.
The Bible tells us that Solomon accumulates 700 wives. Criticism of Solomon's many affairs is also implicit in biblical accounts, as is his habit of building chapels for his foreign wives, so they can continue to worship their own pagan gods.
It's a ticking bomb. Sooner or later it's got to go off, and there has to be an indictment of Solomon, because his heart does get led astray by those wives and their idols.
At the end of King Solomon's reign over Israel, God told a man named Jeroboam that he would become king over all but one of the tribes of Israel. But Solomon wasn't ready to give up the throne, so he tried to kill Jeroboam, who escaped and fled to Egypt. A short while later, Solomon died, and his son Rehoboam was named king. The people were unhappy with the heavy taxes placed on them and went to complain, along with their spokesperson, Jeroboam. Despite their complaints, the king refused to listen. Furious, most of Israel made Jeroboam their leader and lived in the northern territory called Israel, where Rehoboam ruled over the southern tribe called Judah. After being a united country for many years, Israel was now split in two. The new king of the northern territory, Jeroboam, was worried that when his people returned to the south in order to worship at the temple in Jerusalem, they might be persuaded to become loyal to Rehoboam instead of him. So he devised a plan. He constructed 2 golden calves and told his people that they were the gods that helped them escape from Egypt many years earlier. Then he had a huge festival to worship these gods, and unbelievably, the Israelites went along with it.
There was a weak man named Ahab that came to the throne of Israel, the northern half of the kingdom, 918 BC. He lived up in Samaria, close to the Zidonians, who were Baal worshippers. Ahab married Jezebel, daughter of Ethbaal, king of the Zidonians. Jezebel was known for her religious zeal. She despised the God of Israel and promoted Baal worship throughout the land.
Find all the prophets of Jehovah and kill them. Baal will be our God.
The king had a servant named Obadiah who worshipped Jehovah.
I must find the prophets of God and warn them.
Obadiah hid 100 prophets in a cave and brought them food and water. But there was one prophet of the living God that wouldn't stay hidden, Elijah.
O King Ahab, because you have forsaken the God of your fathers and followed your wife Jezebel in working wickedness, Jehovah says there will not be rain or dew upon the land of Israel again until I command it.
Ha ha! So you think you are a prophet, do you? Well, I have 1,000 prophets, and they say nothing of a drought. We have had plenty of rain these last years. You pious fraud, get out of my way!
As the famine got worse, people began to starve. The false prophets called on Baal, but Baal could not answer. The drought continued with not a drop of rain or dew. The famine continued for 3 years. The people were starving, but they continued to worship the false god Baal.
Why doesn't Baal hear us and send rain?
Maybe Baal is just a dumb idol. He doesn't have any ears.
Jezebel and Ahab blamed Elijah for the famine. They sent soldiers throughout all the land and even into neighboring countries to find Elijah. Their orders were to kill him on sight.
Send us Elijah. If you are hiding him, you will be killed.
Ahab, are you looking for me?
Are you the one that has been troubling Israel with this famine?
You are the one that is troubling Israel with your idols. Let us have a contest between Jehovah and Baal. Bring your 850 prophets and meet me at Mount Carmel.
A contest, you say? Sounds interesting. We'll see you there.
Several days later on Mount Carmel.
How long are you going to stand between two opinions? There is only one God. If Jehovah is God, then worship him only. If Baal is God, then worship him. Make up your minds. I challenge you, prophets of Baal, to a contest. Then we will find out who is the true God.
Yes, a contest between the gods. What shall we do?
You build an altar to Baal, and I will build one to Jehovah. We will put wood on our altars, and we will lay the sacrifice on the wood, but we will put no fire under it. You will pray to your Baal, and I will pray to Jehovah. The God that answers by sending fire on the sacrifice will be the true God, and we will all worship him only. Since you have me outnumbered, you can go first.
O Baal, hear us this day. We dedicate this sacrifice to your great name.
O Baal, the great and mighty!
O Queen of Heaven, come and help Baal this day!
If Baal is a god, then he is not paying attention to you. Maybe he is talking, or just can't hear you. Or perhaps he is on a journey, or sleeping. That's it, he is asleep. And you need to shout louder so you can wake him.
You dirty... You can't do any better. Let's not give up, men. Perhaps if we cut ourselves, Baal will be pleased.